What's up? How y'all doing tonight?
Hey.
Hey, I'm your girl, Big Ski is Faith. I got Wendy with me. We did not do an episode of the Size Up yesterday, so we're gonna kind of mix it up a little bit, a little mash up. But the name of this episode it simply says, "I am the fifth member of Xscape." Because in my head I am. Uh, in my head I am. So we are going to be reviewing the latest episode of Escape and SWV show. It's getting messy. Tamar and Kandi's beef have been reignited and has resurfaced. Trump is on his way to jail. Maybe, could be not. And then Nikki shades Megan. I don't know why she continues to shade the baby. We gonna see how that goes for her. Um, Megan also gets to visit DC. They had a Women's History Month event, and she looked gorgeous,
That's
honey.
probably why Nikki shaded her.
Well, Nikki actually shaded her outfit for the Oscars, the Oscar after party outfit that she wore, and her hair. Now, keep in mind, Nikki wears a lot of weaves, that sort of thing. But not Nikki, I'm sorry. Megan wears a lot of wigs, a lot of weaves, and that sort of thing. However, she has a lot of hair. We've seen her actual hair
Mm-hmm.
posted to her Instagram. So she actually wore her hair to the Oscar party um last week. So that was her hair out in all its glory. Um
So, so do you think she jealous because it was all her hair?
I mean, I don't know, but she was trying to say that Megan was copying her style from like some years ago. But sis, yours was a wig and Megan's was real. Let's just talk about that. So yeah, that's that. R.I.P. to Lance Riddick of Oz and The Wire, and he's played on something else recently. It's gonna come to me. But
Mm.
R.I.P. Lance Riddick, great actor, phenomenal. I have a Shanqella Robinson update. There is more and more drama for Juan Dixon. He lost his job, and people are coming out saying that he was bringing concubines to the basketball games and so on and so forth. And then John Morant is very remorseful after the incident that took place in Colorado. Um, he was put on an 8-game suspension. His night to come back to play was tonight, and a lot of people bought tickets to go and see him play this evening. However, he ain't ready to come back yet. So, and then the Little Mermaid trailer, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I can't wait. May the 20th, I'm finna be in that thing. Not the 20th, May the something. Whenever that movie come out,
The 24th or something like that.
I'm gonna be there. I need y'all to understand. I'm gonna be right there
Oh, it's gonna be a big hit because you know why? Because we gonna come out to
in
support.
droves.
Number one, number two, the haters gonna come out to criticize.
Mm, maybe, but we gonna be there, and I can't wait. 'Cause I'm gonna be in the building, baby. I cannot wait to see Miss Holly do her thing. Um, Also shout out to Yari Shahidi, who is also going to be playing Tinkerbell in the live action Peter Pan. The girls are upset. I'm tired of y'all being mad because we in the wrong.
Oh, and then they're coming out in 2025 a live action of The Hunchback of Notre Dame,
Uh-huh.
and the woman that plays Woman Godot.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she's gonna be Esmeralda. Esmeralda.
I don't know how I feel about that. We'll talk offline. Okay. Mm, so super excited. Let's get into this escape. We're gonna hopefully, if Wendy can watch the Queen's Court, we can review that because it was funny. It was interesting. And I like to think that um I like to think that Tamar and um what's the baby name? Evelyn have found love. Um, just got proposed to. So she kind of dated dude for a minute before they like actually got engaged. Tamar got engaged to the White Soul brother at the end of the season. So we're gonna see how this all pans out and works out for them. So we're gonna review that because it's a lot of things. Let me tell you something. I was not planning on watching the show. I need y'all to understand. I wasn't planning on watching it. I don't know what kind of fish this is. I don't know what my child did to my food. Okay, y'all excuse me, I'm hungry. Um, Jay, I was not planning on watching this show, and then the drama erupted with the baby mama coming out the woodwork for the White Soul brother on the Queen's Court. So if you have Peacock, the entire season is available now. They will be playing, I guess, until Real Housewives of Atlanta come out. They're gonna play the episodes. Well, actually, they probably gonna play it along with Real Housewives. And the reason why I say that is because there's 10 episodes of that. We're almost done with the episodes for SWV and Xscape. So they're probably gonna continue to play those episodes on Bravo. So y'all get to see it. So we're gonna review it. So if you haven't watched it, go over to Peacock, watch the whole thing. If you are gonna wait on the Bravo episodes, we're not doing week by week episodes of it. We're not doing it. But it's an interesting show. It's kind of like The Bachelor meets or The Bachelorette meets The Bachelorette times 3 meets one of the Real Housewives shows or one of their reality shows that they were on. So we'll see how that works out. And we're gonna review that. At any rate, let's get to the mess tonight. So apparently, I hope whatever you play is that the TV.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Xscape and SWV. So everybody's trying to get it together, trying to mend fences so that they can do at least this one show together, right? At first they talked about a tour because Xscape is coming up, not Xscape. SWV is coming up on their 30th anniversary, I think, and then the following year is Xscape's. So they're trying to do their thing. They're trying to put themselves out there. They had a lot of buzz from the verses that they did. Pretty good, as a matter of fact. And so they wanted to kind of pull from the verses that they had and kind of build upon that with SWV's 30th anniversary coming up. So with that being said, since that was a thing, I was excited because it's a great idea. There are two female powerhouse groups coming together to make something shake and happen. And I'm here for it, right? So, with that being said, since that has taken place, Kandi, I'm sorry, the Xscape can't get it together. We have talked about that. Latasha is over here with Ike, her husband, Rocco, whatever his name is, and the girls, everybody else in Xscape are over here, and everybody wants to do it, but Latasha's not so sure. But she hasn't shared with the group that she went and met with Motown last week to do a gospel album. Period. She did tell Taj.
And I'm like, okay, what was the use of you telling Taj knowing that it was gonna get out?
Because Taj took that bone right on back to Kandi. And Kandi was like, that's why she won't agree to anything. But you ain't got the deal at this point yet. You want to have a meeting with them.
Mm-hmm.
So she went to go do her thing in Motown. Motown was a little shocked that she didn't let the Xscape group members know what was going on. Also, they were trying to see, was that going to take up her time, because Xscape is your bread and butter. Let's just be real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what your husband does for a living, but Xscape is your bread and butter. The gospel community, where they are welcoming, they not so welcoming all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody's not going to be on the page of what you got going on. Everybody ain't gonna be on Team Tasha, especially since we all know your husband at least took the money from your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Since we all know that. Um, so with that being said, um, Tasha meets up with Tosh. They talk about it. Little known fact, I did not know that Destiny's Child were huge fans of SWV. And that every time they came to town, they met up with them, sang for them in the lobby, signed stuff, took them on their signings, that sort of thing. So it's pretty interesting to see with somebody like Beyonce was like fanning out over somebody in that sense. So pretty interesting. Just want to put that out there. So with that being said, um, Tosh meets up with Kandi, carries that bone back to Kandi. Kandi is like, oh, okay, so this is what's up. This is why she acted funny. This is what happened the last time. And all she got to do is be honest. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
adults, y'all are grown, and I don't think it's anything wrong with you wanting to do your own thing, right?
Right.
But don't mess up the church's money either. Okay. So with that being said, Tasha tells Tosh she's not sure about doing the whole event with them
Mm-hmm.
in SWV. It's like, you're not coming. She said, I don't know. Which is crazy because if you agree to do one show, I think would be cool, right?
Right.
But you ain't even open to doing that, it seems, or that's your attitude. And when your husband asks what's going on, it's the same. I don't know. So that's an issue for me. Tamika invites their mom, Tasha and Tamika's mom, over for dinner so they can talk. She made dinner for them, salmon, cabbage, mama's favorites, so they can have a conversation. And mom is going in on Tamika. Like,
Man.
in. Tamika said, Mom, you're not the fifth member of Xscape. She took that as disrespect. Um,
I don't see how, but
I don't see how either. She took that as disrespect. She said, you were being disrespectful. I wasn't disrespectful towards you at all. Nothing about that conversation was disrespectful. What I think that she is upset about is that Tamika, in anger, because Tamika will say, I didn't want to have that conversation with my sister in front of cameras. I was getting upset because they were ganging up on me at that point.
mm-hmm.
First of all, you a grown woman. Why would you run to your mama and tell on your sister like y'all 5 and 6 years old?
Right.
Let's talk about that real quick. She was body shaming me.
No, it's not that she was body. Yeah, she may think that they was body shaming her, but it's all about her being insecure in herself and her body. So no, you can't put it on her body shaming you.
In your
Okay,
mind.
you could have did like her and got yourself a butt.
But I mean, it's not like she don't have. Let me go here. Latasha's not a flat butt chick. Let's stop with that narrative right there. Her butt is not flat. It ain't.
Right, but I'm
It's
trying
not
to
as
say
big as Kandi, Tiny's, or Tamika's because they all got theirs done,
right.
right? But she ain't got no flat butt. Be okay with your booty. I'm just saying. Here, this.
Love thyself.
Okay with my booty.
Give me some water or something. I don't know why. I don't know why he keeps doing it. So so my thing is be okay with where you are, but I think in your mind you're still the fat girl in the group that can sing. And that's your mindset, and that's how your husband's able to prey on you and manipulate you into doing the things that he wants you to do. Because you can't tell me that this out you no. I don't believe that you believe that this is how this is supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I'm super confused by the narrative and the, oh y'all excuse me, the water's for refreshing. The tomfoolery and the whatnot that he is spreading and got going around. You know, let's
Mhm.
start there. I don't understand what his motivation in life is.
You know, Ike Turner. He is the today's Ike Turner. I'm sorry. He is. He is. And when
Modern
he
day
did
I
that, when he did, they eat the
anime
cake
and
anime.
you know,
Like, yeah, you right. You did right because that's how you are. And she trying to play it off. Don't play it off. You know.
you know what it is, sis.
You know
You know
what it
what it
is.
is. Yeah. Um yeah, I feel a way seeing that, and I hate that. Sis, you are manipulated by your man. That's what you are. That's your whole thing. And you need to get past it. I feel like you can get past it, but I don't think you're going to get past it because, you
He's
know,
not gonna let you.
not gonna let you. Um, so this is where we are in life, just looking at this stupid mess, right? Um, so I think it's safe to say that he wears the pants in the relationship and she follows him. And it's a difference, in my opinion, in
Being submissive
being submissive and
and being a doormat.
that part right there. I don't like it. You know, um you can um you can pretend like you are okay with how that goes, but you not, sis. And what I need you to get and grasp and understand is you're not gonna be in a different situation until you change the way you doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You mistreating your sister. Okay, sis, go off. You you just doing whatever it is you want to do, no matter what. Go off, sis. Do you, boo, however you want to do it. But you plant seeds in your life that's not gonna be good for you in
Mm-mm.
the long run. So
Mm-mm.
I pray and hope that they get it together. But I mean, we've seen the drama unfold behind the scenes, and she's on a
Mm-hmm.
smear campaign right now against her sister and her other group members. So because she's on that smear campaign, we're not gonna get nothing better than what we
Mm-mm.
already got from sis.
And you know what? She's already being dragged on social media.
She is. We got to see how that unfolds, but we'll get to it. So the girls, oh, let me back up. So Coco got to meet up with some of her friends, and of course, let me say I am extremely proud of Xscape. And the reason why I say I am proud of Xscape is because, not Xscape, I'm sorry,
It's,
SWV, is
SWV.
because they know how to get the bag and go to the house. They had to learn that because there
Mm-hmm.
were complications. You know, we saw there were complications that came about when um when they had their show, and I saw it because I'm a super huge fan of both SWV and Escape. So all the shows that they did, I got to take a look at and see because I was a fan. A lot of people are trying to pit the two groups against each other. They were out at the same time. So I was like, I don't even know. I'm young, so I SWV came out before Escape did. Like, come on, y'all, stop. They were out around the same time. They both broke up within a year of each other. One group disbanded in 98, one disbanded in 99. Like, stop. Please stop. I'm young. I only know SWV. They decided they came out around the same time, man. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, Kandi, um, and company, I feel like y'all need to get it together. And I think Kandi understands that because Kandi is a businesswoman, right?
Mm-hmm.
She done made situations into uh bad situations into money. The dungeon tour is a prime example of that when Phaedra tried to get the rumor spread about Kandi. And it ended up being and it ended up being, oh, you know what? We can make money out of this. Let's do it. She was able to do that and be successful with that thing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think she's been able to put aside her differences for the shows that they've done so that they could move forward and do what needs to be done. Right.
Right.
So the only person that I see is the problem in the group is Latasha. Because you want to be secretive and you want to sweep things, we sweep things under the rug, but when they try to talk to you, you ain't got nothing to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, sis, come on. Explain to me what you doing. So
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
I mean, we gotta get some sound bites, Lord. We're gonna have to. We gotta figure that out. But I really want them to get on the same page. Coco explained some of her situations, probably her mood swings in the past. She was diagnosed with bipolar depression. She says she has up days, she has down days, and she said she knew it was a problem when she was literally trying to kill somebody and she was gonna end up in jail. So she said, no, I had to get myself together. Her son, who I don't know what the oldest son does, but the youngest son was in school to be a dentist. And he can sing. That baby is his mama's child. Let me say, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
they look like twins. Okay, let's start there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can sing. I'm talking about sing. And so, mom, of course, a lot of stars and celebrities never want their kids to follow in their footsteps, because they know how hard it is, they know how tough the industry is, they know how things are. But that baby was like, I really don't want to be no dentist. Like, it's something I just don't want to do. Um,
What tripped me out is when she said, "Well, call your grandmama and tell
wait,
her."
right. And so, because here's the other part of it too. Because Coco is who she is, she's really close with her mom, but her mom probably helped raise her babies.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Coco was not with SWV, Coco had a solo career. Coco had a gospel career. She was touring. She was out here singing, in these streets. So her mom probably helped raise those babies. And grandma gonna give grandma answer, right? Because when
Mm-hmm.
the baby was like, so what if I just take a year off and see where this singing thing goes? And if it don't go nowhere, I'll go back to school. No problem. I'll be the dentist you want me to be. Um
Grandma said, "Okay."
Grandma said, okay. Coco was like, wait a minute. Y'all know how parents are. My mama and my daddy really, when I be putting my children on punishment, especially Jalen, because Jalen is spoiled as I don't know what, right?
I already know where you're going with this because Joshua the same way with
I'm,
Clementine and Joshua.
I said, wait a minute. I'm gonna just give one example. Jalen had the opportunity to go out of town with one of his friends. Jalen got in trouble. And I mean in
Oh,
trouble. And they were like, well, just let him go. Let him be on punishment when he come back.
oh, hey.
Hell no.
No. What you mean let him be on punishment when he come back? Just let him go on the trip. I said, his grandmama and his granddad. I said, I quite remember things that I have missed, right? Being on
Mm-hmm.
punishment. Okay. I'm talking about, let me tell y'all what my mama did to me. Okay. Real quick. I ain't gonna hold you.
Took the books out your room.
My mama took the books out my room, man. I ain't had a radio. I ain't had no TV. She took the books out my room. Because, they didn't, it bothered me that because, back then, we didn't have DVRs and stuff, right? So if you missed the Cosby Show, you had to catch the reruns in the summertime, right? Or if you missed A Different World, you had to catch the reruns in the summertime, right?
What the fuck do I do? What do I do?
That girl figured out I wasn't bothered. And I was reading books.
You should have acted like you were bothered. See, that was your fault.
She right.
Get out of my conversation. I'm sorry. What you have somewhere to be or something to do?
Nope.
Oh my God. I'm like, grandparents don't do the grandbabies the way they did us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you forget you my mama, right? And
And
you
then,
forget
and you
I
know what my prayer is? I said, Lord, give him grace enough to live long enough, and give me let me live long enough to see him with his kids, cause I can't wait.
right. Let them take you through what you took me through. So yeah, so I like seeing her son on the show. I like seeing her mom on the show. I did not know Mama was a singer. I don't think we talked about that the last time. Her mama sang background vocals and stuff for like Luther Vandross. She was a studio singer, so that's where Coco gets it from. And so she did a lot of studio work. And then did some background singing for Luther and them. So Mama is a singer as well. So it's passing down generation to generation. Coco, stop fighting and let that baby sing. Okay, so moving right along, the girls are set to meet with each other at SWV's rehearsal because, of course, SWV is touring. They getting checks and whatnot. They doing their thing. And so they have shows and stuff going on. So they're practicing and they're doing their thizzle. Well, they meet at the rehearsal, and apparently, because at this point in time, Xscape really doesn't have a manager. That's the other part, because Rocky or Rocco, whatever her husband name is, was the manager. And they wanted to part ways with him because they weren't working for them. And I don't blame them. First of all, I don't agree with your husband or your wife or anything that close to you being your manager. Even the parents, at least sometimes not all the times, because we have seen horror stories with parents being managers too, but at least sometimes with the parents, they have your best interest at heart. The spouses being your managers, ex Tamar, is probably the worst decision that you can make. Tamar, Kiki White, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. It never ends well, right? And so for that reason, that, I don't agree with that. Now, Tasha, you want your husband to be your manager, that's fine. But as a group, y'all need to be on the same page as a group. And if he is not working or he has a conflict of interest because he's going to be looking out solely for your interest and not the group's interest, i.e. the check your sister lost, okay, then he don't need to be your manager. He doesn't need to be the group's manager. So the SWV managers, they got two white boys who believe in the girls. They are setting up this whole SWV Xscape thing, and they're trying to, kick it off with the one night and see if it could potentially be a tour. So they finally get Latasha to agree. I'm side-eyeing that agreement. To agree to be a part of just the one night show, if nothing else. Okay. Tasha's in, then they start talking about who gonna headline the show. And that's where things went left. And Taj makes a point. I think we should be co-headliners. And Xscape is like, well, our booking fee is 3 times more than y'all booking fee because y'all are on TV on regular, consistent basis. And Kandi, your hand is at everything. And you got restaurants, and you got, what are you laughing at?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And Tiny on reality TV too. And so y'all got bigger followings. So yes, your booking fee is gonna be 3 times more than our booking fee because we're not on TV like that. They booking fee probably finna go up. But we have sold more albums than y'all have. Mm-hmm. We have been out here touring in these streets before y'all even came up with this idea. Y'all did a couple of shows beforehand, but like we've been out here like for real life touring. We've been out in the streets working. Okay. So Tasha said, I think it would be only fair if we had a co-headliner too. Now I get what Kandi was trying to do because she's a business person. On all our tours, we headline. So sis, this ain't your tour. This is you and SWV's tour. So how about you just bite the bullet and do the co-headliner because this is for the culture. And of course, Coco and them was like, Lily and Coco was like, let me go to the bathroom because I'm finna whoop somebody ass. Cause houseway, how does that work? Um, and so yes, I agree that it should be a co-headlining situation, especially with the ideas that they came up with. Taj and Tamika were talking about how, we can sing each other's songs and we could do this and blah 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 and mix it up, mix the groups up, do this, do that. Like, if y'all gonna be doing all that work, y'all need to co-headline the tour. It don't need to be no question about it. But I get from a business standpoint where Kandi was coming from. Kandi, you got enough bags, sis. Just let this one go and co-headline.
See, this is where the love of money is the root of all evil comes
Yeah.
in.
Just co-headline the show with them. Like, this ain't about your pockets. You still getting paid to do something, right? But like, just co-headline the show. That's all you gotta do. So that's left us on a cliffhanger. And so next week we'll see what they come up with after Coco and them go back in the back and vent to their managers. So SWV,
They're like, I don't want to do it now. Hell no.
Right. SWV and Xscape. I think we got like maybe 2 or 3 more episodes left of this show. I think 2 more.
I think it's 3 more because this was episode 3 because it's 6 episodes.
Okay, so it's 3 more. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was thinking I was on episode 4 because so much has happened and it took up half of the time. Okay, so let's move along. So Tamar and Kandi are beefing. Tamar apparently was asked a question on Dish Nation, and if you guys do not know what Dish Nation or the Breakfast Club or shows like that, it's basically, you report on what you heard and then you give your opinion on it, right? Mm-hmm. So apparently Kandi said she had beef with Carlos because Carlos tried to take Xscape's story back in like 2016, 2017, and that's when the group came back together. And of course, that's when the Just Kicking It, Xscape Just Kicking It, I think, came out. And so they brought them together because they heard that Carlos King was trying to take their story and tell it and sell it to somebody and go from there. So they put a stop to it because it was like, ain't nobody finna tell our story but us. But legally he could do that because you are a public figure and they can make as many stories about you as possible because legally they can do that, which is why they got away with the Whitney Houston. They just could not, Whitney Houston could not be singing while the person lip synced to Whitney's voice because they did not have the family's explicit permission to do so. So Deborah Cox had to sing on the Lifetime movie that we saw. Deborah Cox had to sing all of Whitney's songs and record all of Whitney's songs, and Yaya, lip sync to it. So just put that, just giving you some, some fluff so you can see where this goes. So with that being said, they put a stop to it so that they can do their own thing. And I don't know if their own thing is gonna get done. I hope their own thing gets done. With Candice ties to television now, I think it definitely can be done. But they had a problem with Carlos because of that. And here's the thing, Carlos, I think they consider Carlos a friend because not only was he one of the producers on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but he and Todd had produced some other shows outside of Bravo together. R&B Divas. It's a couple other shows that they did together. And so in Todd's mind, they were friends. So this was like the ultimate no, right? For you to do something like that. So she discussed that was their beef. So they asked Tamar what she thought, and Tamar gave her opinion. Like, well, I got to hear the whole story. I love Carlos. Carlos cool. She didn't say anything wrong. She just gave her opinion. Well, apparently Tamar was on tour with Xscape, and Kandi was trying to fight Tamar, and Todd threatened Tamar and all this stuff. Apparently, her now fiance tried to, I think I read it wrong. Her now fiance tried to check him for it, and neither Kandi or Todd wanted to talk about it. I have not seen speak on it today to see what the situation was, but it seemed like it was a lot. Do I believe Tamar? Absolutely, because Kandi sure you stepped on the cord. But instead of
Okay, you said, do I believe Kandi?
no, I said, do I believe Tamar?
Tamar, that's what you meant
Yeah.
to say.
And I do, because Kandi gets mad. Kandi will get mad. Kandi get upset. Especially when Kandi start crying. Y'all know what's up. I don't think Kandi probably tried to jump on Tamar, but I think maybe Todd threatened Tamar. You know what I'm saying? Because Todd, you know, although he not full on Patricia, he have his Patricia moments. Okay. If y'all don't know who Patricia is, y'all don't watch Real Housewives. Because Patricia be in the business. Patricia goes and gets the bone, gets the tea, makes the tea, boils the tea bags. Okay. Boils the tea bags, get the sugar and the honey, put some lemon, cut the lemons up, put the lemons in it. That's Patricia Thomas, aka Peter Thomas. So he has his Patricia moments, right? But he ain't full on Patricia. So do I believe in the heat of the moment trying to defend his wife that he might have said something that might have been out of pocket to Tamar? Yeah, I believe it. Now, this is what reignited this situation because Tamar had, according to Tamar, let it go. Somebody asked Tamar this question last night on Watch What Happens Live. And she was like, and they was like, who was it? Who was it? So they guessing who the full-time peach holder is. And I'm like, they said Eva at first. I was like, she not no full-time peach holder. She over here being a gangster on all the Queen's men. So no, she's not. No. And so they said, what's the other baby's name? Drew. And I was like, why would no, not Drew, hun. And then it ended up with Kandi, and she sipped her drink. And I was like, well, I thought you and Kandi had hashed everything out on Big Brother. She said, I thought we had too. And I don't even know what the initial beef was on Big Brother. Do you remember what the beef was on Big Brother?
I don't know.
Okay. So, Kandi saying that Tamar's trying to play victim. Kandi, if you got mad and yelled at the girl, just say you got mad and yelled at the girl because you was mad because she took sides with Carlos. Because I believe you would get mad about that. I literally do. You didn't get mad about what Portia done said on Dish Nation before. Like, stop. You get mad, sis, and just say that. Now, do I believe you would have jumped her backstage? I don't know. I don't know how hood you are. But I do know that I believe you were upset with Tamar because I think you thought y'all were in a better place than what you are. Todd, please don't end up being Patricia Jr. I mean, it's not a good look. It ain't at all. Moving right along. Is Trump going to
jail? Let's hope. Let's hope.
I feel like we should throw a block party if Trump goes to jail. That's how I feel. Apparently today I was just minding my own black business, waking up because I was, had to get up to go to work this morning. And apparently Trump was like, they gonna come pick me up today and lock me up. And I said, oh, this is the first time I'd have ever heard him admit to something. They finna take you to jail, bro. I feel like they should send Trump to jail. Let's do it. Let's go.
And it's like he said, it's kind of like he's egging the Trumpets to
do something else,
like they did at January 6th.
But y'all going to jail left and right. Like they still sending people to jail for that. So I feel like y'all should not take the bait. He wants y'all to march for his freedom. Let's not do that. Them folks, they went to the Capitol on January the 6th, effed around and found out. Okay. We don't need you to be. I'm talking about people lost their businesses and their jobs. Okay. I know personally of a couple of people who lost businesses and jobs as a result of them being a part of the riot that was at the Capitol. So yeah, let's not do that. Okay. Let that man go to jail in peace and harmony. Let that man go to jail. That's how I feel. Yeah, I'm tired of Nicki. Let me say this. I like Nicki Minaj. I like all of the girl rappers because I'm into the girl rappers. I like them. I think it's enough to go around for everybody to eat and be whole and do their thing, blah 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 blah. I did not know until recently that Nicki Minaj had a problem with Megan Thee Stallion. I heard the song. I understood why she had an issue with Lotto, but I really think I still don't understand why she had an issue with Lotto, because all Lotto was saying was, bro, we knew. Like, your job is to mentor us and bring us up in the game. We brand new. And it's enough for, basically she's saying the same thing that I was saying. And then it got, Nikki felt like it was disrespect, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. Sis, stop. You are all of 42 years old. I know she ain't that old, but she old. She almost 40. And you still bullying the girls. Now, let me tell you why she's upset with Megan Thee Stallion. Really, why she's upset with Megan Thee Stallion is because Megan did a song with Nikki. Then Megan came out with one of my faves, WAP, with Cardi B. And I don't know if Cardi B's song did better than Nikki. I don't know, because they did the High Girl Summer song, right? Together. Mm-hmm. And, everybody was High Girl Summer. But I don't know that it got the rave reviews that WAP got, right? So you had a problem with the fact that that girl did that song with Cardi B. And if you got a problem with that, just say that. Don't be subliminal. Don't be posting the things. Don't be taking shots like. So a lot of people are blaming Megan. But here's my thing. No. And look, if you're a barb and you see this, I'm sorry, honey. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And I love Nikki. You too old. That baby is 25 years old. You are too old. You over 10 years older than that girl. And you mad at her because she went and made a song with somebody who was quote unquote your rival. She ain't got no loyalty to you like that. Her beef and your beef ain't the same beef. Y'all don't have the same beef. Your issue with Cardi, because I feel like if they had to let Cardi loose, that would have been a different story. She had a knot upside her head because the security guard stopped her from, she came out with one shoe on and one shoe out because she was ready. Okay. But here is my thing. The new shade that she threw Megan's way was about Megan's hair at the Oscars. Now, keep in mind, Megan had a really natural, curly afro look. It was giving Diana Ross. You know what I'm saying? I was here for it. I was feeling it. I was loving it. But keep in mind, also, that's Megan's real hair. Megan do wear wigs and weaves and that sort of thing. But that's all Megan's hair. Megan ain't trying to copy your style. Megan had a stylist that styled her for the evening and said, girl, why don't you just wear your hair? Okay. So we gonna make this curly thing go on and make it do. By the way, shout out to La Roach, who is a frequent collaborator with Zendaya. He is no longer gonna be styling the celebrities because y'all done got on that man's nerves. But he does everything Zendaya has done. He has had his hands in. He styled Megan. He styled Anne Hathaway. I'm sorry. And he's one of the few Black stylists in the game that's been killing it. And now he won't be doing that. He'll be somebody's creative director or something. But he will not be the stylist anymore because he's tired of y'all folk. And I don't blame him. Because y'all treat him like the help when he's getting y'all these things. So he styled Megan for the after party and probably styled a lot of the girls for the after party. So if y'all want to be mad at somebody, be mad at Law because he was doing his thing, okay? So with that being said, leave that baby alone. She done been through enough, okay? Leave her alone and stop bullying the new rappers. Girl, you ain't gonna be rapping at 50. I'm sorry. You cannot be rapping and being dressed up like no pink Barbie doll when you turn 52. It's not gonna happen. You got to pass the torch on. Now, again, I love LaKim. Love her. But the style you copped, that was not your fault. It was the men in the industry fault because they copped the style and they did that. And of course, at first when you came out, you were very respectful to Kim. Kim was wrong. But see, let's not do, because I don't even understand how they don't understand that sound travels. Let's not do what Kim did to you. Be a mentor to these girls. Be the big sis they need. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop doing it. It gets on my nerves. Like, why do we have to have beef? It doesn't make sense at all. By the way, Megan visited the DC area. I was gonna say the White House, but my sister was like, no, they visited Kamala's house because Kamala stays on the US Naval whatever base, and that's where they visited. Um, she looked gorgeous. It's Women's History Month. Shout out to all my ladies. And with it being Women's History Month, they had a lot of different influential women invited out to come and hang out with Kamala, you know. So shout out to that. That was really cute. There were a lot of ladies there. I can't hear you. You on mute.
I ain't say nothing.
Oh, I saw your mouth moving. Okay. R.I.P. to Lance Riddick. If y'all are not familiar with him, The Wire.
You already said that.
Did I already say that? No, I said
Yes.
that before we got. I said that, but I'm saying I'm doing a lineup now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if y'all aren't familiar with Lance Riddick, Lance is, and I normally have pictures, and I ain't got pictures because you know we've been going through some things around here. He played Cedric Daniels on The Wire, Philip Royals in Fringe, Chief Irvin in Bosch. Oh God. He was in the John Wick films. Of y'all notice the dark chocolate brother in the John Wick film. As a matter of fact, was he like the hotel concierge or something? He was somebody. But if y'all are familiar with the John Wick films, and so I can't wait to see him because John Wick 4 is coming out. I can't wait. He's of the Baltimore, Maryland area. He has 3 kids. And he's been working. Okay, he's been a working actor since 1983. He does leave behind his 3 children and his spouse Stephanie Day. He was on Oz. So Oz lost Resident Evil. I didn't realize that. I didn't watch the newer Resident Evil. He's done a lot of video game work. So yeah, shout out to him. He's done his thing. And then he did die, they said, from natural causes. He was 60 years old. He didn't look 60. But wow. Okay. So RIP to him. Moving right along. Shanqella Robinson. Y'all, they have named the young lady who we all know that we saw in the video beat Shanqella while she was naked. She is the main suspect in the case. There was a letter that state, that they wrote to the White House, and of course they had a press conference earlier or sometime last week, where Ben Crump was there, some other figures, because of course this is a issue because y'all ain't doing nothing to arrest these people who lied about this girl's death and covered it up. Well, apparently the people left the country under false pretenses. So let's talk about this. They asked for someone to come and drive them to dinner at a restaurant in town, and instead the driver took them to the airport and they left the country. So if the police had any more questioning, that wasn't something that they were able to do or get done, because guess what? They went on about their business. So they're finding out more and more details. I'm gonna need y'all to go on the rest of these folks. This is crazy. Y'all killed the people, this girl. Y'all killed her. Y'all were responsible for her murder. You recorded it. You posted it. You shared it with other people. this is crazy. So I'm hoping that they get her and take her into custody. I'm hoping that and I want extradition because they need to do time in Mexico. That's how I feel. And they haven't done anything. They keep saying that the FBI is working on it. They're trying to do this and they're trying to do that. They ain't doing nothing, in my opinion, and they're not moving fast enough. So I need them to go ahead and get this done because this baby, you know, um, she's been laid to rest, but I'm sure her family can't rest knowing that her killers are still walking the earth. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely hope, but I didn't realize they were pretending to go to dinner and they fled the country going to the airport. You know what I'm saying? That's really whack. And you left your friend in Mexico. That's crazy. Crazy. Okay, Juan Dixon got fired um from Copen State as the head coach. A lot of people seem to think it's because of the cheating rumors and all this stuff, but actually, Juan had a losing season. Like he has a losing record. Uh, he's only won since he's been there. I think he's been there for about 6 years. He's only won 51 games out of yeah, yeah, only won 51 games. So the lawsuit that's been filed against Copen State and one and the other person involved probably was the icing on the cake. You know, we can sweep things under the rug if you winning. You know what I'm saying? But we can't do it if you ain't winning. You know, because there have been a lot of crazy situations that have happened on college campuses where things have been swept under the rug, right? Um, where things have been swept under the rug because of the fact that the people were winning and they wanted to continue to win. So one of the women's basketball students accused Juan Dixon of misconduct. Allegedly. Where my alleged banner at? We're gonna allegedly. You supposed to remind me. One of the students said that he's been at the center of the scandal, da 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 da. He's facing more backlash as she comes forward to accuse him of misconduct and unprofessional behavior. Um, she recently made headlines with a Twitter thread about Juan Dixon, the former head basketball coach at Copen State. As we previously told you, Juan was dismissed from his position following a sexual assault scandal, and now, which had nothing to do with Juan. That didn't have anything to do with Juan. But she was like, he came to coach at the University of the District of Columbia her junior year. And from day one, he made it very clear that he did not want to coach women's basketball and that his goal was to get to the men's side pronto. As far as coaches go, he was the worst coach I had in any sport. Not because he didn't know the game, but because he didn't know how to work with the players he had. He also brought a few of his concubines to away games. One even rode on the team bus from the hotel to the gym. Bold, I say. So we all knew one was cheating on Robin, right? We all knew this. I believe her. Fast forward through a losing season with what I would consider a talented team with bad leadership. During the off season, there was an altercation in my student apartment involving my then teammate. For legal purposes, we would call my former teammate Rail, then girlfriend B, and ex-girlfriend Tony. Rail was cheating on B with Tony. Tony decides to come by the apartment one day, sees another friend, Dion. B just happens to be there when Tony gets in the room. Push come to shove, literally next thing I know, there's a WWE SmackDown in my living room. Wigs was flying, bees was bleeding, and mace was sprayed. Now I like to mind my business, but apparently then teammate Rail was upset that I was not helping her while she was getting beat up. Rail went to one about the fight and kicked me off the team. Mind you, I'm on scholarship, about to get into my senior year. This was her junior year at the school. And they kicked her off the team because Rail was cheating, got caught a beat down for it. Anyway, we got to arguing because that's some bull. Somewhere in me getting fired on the day off, he mentions again, see, this is why I didn't want to coach women's basketball, dealing with this. 2 weeks later, he quits and starts the coaching job at Copen State. How you gonna kick me off knowing you leaving anyway? It felt so good to tell my story. In conclusion, F you Juan Dixon. F you real scary blank blank. Oh my God. That was a story. So he started out coaching women's best. So I didn't think Juan had a job. I thought Robin was the breadwinner. He kind of had a job. Maybe he wasn't making as much as Robin was making, but he had a job coaching women's basketball at the University of District of Columbia, which is a HBCU, by the way. So yeah, there's that. Do I think so let's talk about this real quick, Wendy. Do we think this marriage is gonna last?
No.
Okay.
I'm like, I think they're just roommates, and they just married on paper, so for publicity stunts.
And there was a woman that was posting pictures, and it wasn't the lady from Canada, but there was a woman that was posting pictures of him recently, right around the time when the wedding was aired on Bravo. There was another woman posting pictures and videos and stuff of her and Juan going to wash clothes together, going to do this together, and talking about this my boyfriend, that sort of thing. And I was like, oh my God, sir, just say you cheat. Just say y'all got an open relationship. Just say that. Just say, hey, this is my roommate. I married her for her storyline on Real Housewives of Potomac. Just say those things. We'll believe you. We'll believe you. John Morant sat down with Jalen Rose to have an exclusive interview about the recent incident that took place in Colorado. He was very remorseful in the video. He talked about how there wasn't him and that the gun was not his. Now, the 50-game suspension that we talked about before was if he had have taken the gun on the plane and brought it to Colorado. That gun was not his. It was someone else's. So he did not bring it on the plane, and he only held it for a minute. Of course, he also had the glowing review from the guys at the strip club who said he was really, really nice, really, really respectful. And he tipped everybody really well. He didn't even drink. That was the thing that, the people at the strip club was saying. He did spend 2 days in Florida getting some counseling done. He was supposed to play tonight. A lot of people bought tickets, but here's my thing. Y'all got to let that brother get back into the swing of things. He lost $665,000 because he was suspended without pay from these games as a result of his actions. So that's the thing. And I feel like if you want to teach somebody a lesson and hit them where it hurts, what better place to do it than the pockets? Because $665,000, what are you laughing at? What?
TikTok, no, these folks on TikTok, no, they wrong. Look at it, Bobby Brown getting tired.
Girl, so listen, let's talk about that real quick. We're gonna do a sidebar really, really quickly. We almost done.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I want to go see New Edition.
Me too.
I really, really do. I don't know what the ticket prices are, but I definitely want to go and see them.
I know they already been to Memphis.
I know, but road trip. Mm-hmm. So because they're gonna be in New Orleans and they're gonna be different places. So I'm just saying road trip. Mm-hmm. So the last time, let me say this is growth for Bobby. Okay. Because the last time Bobby wasn't actually doing the dance moves. Bobby just walked. He was on the end and he was walking. He was two-stepping and they was up there getting it and doing the hops and all that stuff. And Bobby was just walking in the play. I said, sir, they paid money to see you, dog. Why are you walking into these spots and these transitions suspicious. Why you ain't happy like the rest of them? So when I saw him, because one of my friends went to the concert and she posted the video, right, of Bobby, doing his thing. I said, he got the dance moves. He just tired and about to pass out. It's a difference in the last time and this time, because the last time he wasn't even doing the dance moves. He was breaking out to a sweat walking. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now he's actually doing the dance moves. He about to pass out, but this is growth. This is growth. Now, one more tour, and I think Bobby gonna be back to Bobby. He need to lose that weight, though. I need his wife to take him to somebody's class. Maybe he need a BBL. I don't know. But I feel like
no, he don't need no butt lift. He don't need no butt lift.
That stomach need to go, baby. That stomach gonna have to go.
He may need to get a lipo, but not no butt lift, no BBL, please, Bobby. We don't need to see you with some. No.
So, I'm sorry. That was funny. Yeah, he was tired though, but he got it's growth. Y'all need to give Bobby his flowers, because the last time he wasn't doing that. I just want y'all to understand and know. And I heard it was a really, really good concert. I heard, Bobby performed his solo stuff. Johnny performed his solo stuff. Ralph did his one little song. And BBD did their thing. And then, it was a show. So I really want to see that, right? And it makes sense for them to do that, because I think they've always done it in the past when they've had their tours. So I think I would like to see them in concert. Will I be laughing at Bobby? Probably. But I would like to almost definitely I'm going to be laughing at Bobby. But I would love to see them in concert. I would love, somebody said something about New Orleans. I would love to travel to go and see them. That would be a fun little trip. Just putting that out there. So yeah, it's hilarious to see him, waddle and whatnot. So back to Job, I definitely hope he gets back on the floor soon. Playoffs will be coming up. They're right around the corner. So hopefully by the playoffs, he'll be ready to get back on the floor and do his thing. Hopefully and prayerfully. Let me tell y'all something. And I know I talk about it like at least once a week. The Little Mermaid. If y'all have not seen the full trailer, I need y'all to go see the full trailer. I cannot wait. You understand me? I can't wait to see Halle Bailey do her thing in the Little Mermaid. I can't wait. I cannot wait for several reasons. One of the reasons being she's a black mermaid. Okay. And people got mad because, this is not the real Ariel, because Ariel is blah, 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 blah. So see, listen, when we start using racism in fictional characters, I have a problem with that. Ariel can be as black as the tar on the ground, or she can be as lily white as snow, but you cannot create who you want her to be. I'm glad, I'm proud. During the Oscars, they premiered the trailer. I also got to see the reaction video of the people who are actually in the movie that got to see the trailer for the first time, and it was amazing. And I know I was like campaigning for Queen Latifah to be Ursula. Melissa McCarthy works. She absolutely works. Okay. So May the 24th, you still over there laughing about something. I need you to get off of TikTok when we recording.
I'm sorry. Hold on. It says, please stop crying at these preschool graduation talking about I knew little Nug Nug can do it. All he did was color and eat graham crackers.
Yeah, we'll have to get you off your phone doing when because we can't be doing this. We can't be doing this. So make sure y'all are in the theater May the 24th. I think is what you said.
Mm-hmm.
If I get a different date, I'm gonna let y'all know. Let me
check it out.
Go on and check it out. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my show of the week. I watched a couple of shows. Actually, Perry Mason is back.
It's back.
I saw the first 2 episodes, and I
Oh.
need them to go on to come on with the rest of the season because I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. They got a doozy because they're trying to figure out who killed this real rich and important man who ain't really rich and important because he was like cooking the books. But that's neither here nor there. It's good.
May 26th. I'm sorry.
May
I
the
was a couple of
26th.
days.
Okay.
Days off.
May, but you know what? Hold on. May the 26th on a Friday.
I think that's the last day of school.
All right,
And
guys.
it's also Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. That means we're gonna have to buy our tickets ahead of time.
Yes.
And I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. Where do you go? You go to Paradiso?
Huh?
Where do you go? I need to be where the chairs are reclining.
Okay, well then probably Power is gonna be downtown. Powerhouse downtown is probably gonna be your best bet. Okay. I like the Paradiso, but too many of us is there. We go to the studio on the square. Now they don't have the recliner seats. But I've never been to Powerhouse downtown, so maybe I can go to Powerhouse.
I've never heard of Powerhouse.
You haven't? It's the newest movie theater in town. Yeah. Okay. And it's really, really nice. It's like $1 or $2 more, but it's nice from my understanding because I ain't never been. I just heard about it. But they do have recliner seats.
Have you went to go see Creed 3?
I did. The boys and I went to go see it. I think last week.
Did you like it?
It was good. Let me also give. I think I did this last week. I'm gonna do it again. Jonathan made just his flowers.
Hold on, but when he was on Sherry Shepherd's show, and she was showing off his ebony cover, Jonathan Major. Oh my gosh!
Let me tell you something. That boy right there, and you should see his daily routine. I can't remember what it was he was shooting. And they like not Essence, but what's the magazine that does like the 73 questions? It's one of the fashion Vogue. Thank you, child. Vogue did an article on him, and this was like after they canceled our show, Lovecraft Country. And when he was shooting,
I'm still hurt.
Right. When he was shooting The Harder They Fall. And so his routine is like he's really disciplined, man. And oh my God, that's all I got to say is oh my God. So I'm giving him his flowers because he's about to be in everything, and I do mean everything Marvel related. Jonathan Major is gonna be there. Low Key is coming back. That's where we saw him first. He was in Ant-Man. He's about to be in Moon Knight. He's going to be in every variant of, because he's like one of the biggest villains, Marvel villains. So he's going to be in every variant. So they thought they got rid of him. But okay, I don't want to get in the way. If you had seen Ant-Man, it's different variants of Kang the Conqueror. So you're going to get to see different variants of him. And I can't wait. So this brother is about to really be showing off his little acting chops. And I cannot wait. And then he did an excellent job in Creed 3. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan for his directorial debut. It was good. He did a really, really good job. Probably more so getting into the mind of a boxer when he's boxing. Like you get to check it out. Make sure you pay close attention to those last scenes of the movie. So let me tell you what I've been watching. So I watched Perry Mason, right? My show of the week that I binge watched because I couldn't help it. Swarm.
I heard about that.
These are based off of real life situations, and of course, everybody is, Beyonce, because it's called Swarm, as in the Beehive, and blah 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 blah. But this is not just for Beyonce. Nicki Minaj fans are kind of a little more worse than Beyonce. That's why I was like, I hope the Barbs don't get me, because if one of them catch wind of this podcast, we might be famous, friend. Okay, because they don't play about Nikki. Okay, they do not. But what's interesting about the show is it's based on real life situations that have taken place and that have happened based off of people's disdain or dislike for a particular artist. And Chloe Bailey is in it. Dominic Fishburne is in it. And
Was that Lawrence Fishburne's son or something?
no. Hold on. That ain't her name. Fishback is her name.
Fishback.
Dominic Fishback.
I
That's
say
the girl.
oh,
She's actually the
okay.
main character of the show. Chloe Bailey. Leon is in it, girl. Different people are in the show, and it's really, really good. It really puts you in the mindset of somebody who has lost their ever loving mind. Real talk. Real talk. And if Dominic does not get any type of award for this right here, something wrong, because she acted her behind off in this show. Like, I really slick think that girl crazy in real life. I hope she got canceled after she got through doing this. So it's really, really good. And I binge watched the whole thing. Perry Mason did that. I got food. I got food in the outside the door. And so make sure y'all check that out. That's on Amazon Prime. Donald Glover and his brother Stephen Glover came together with that masterpiece. It's outside. Go outside and get my food. And that's all I got for this week. I think I feel like I watched something else. I'm recording. Yeah. Call them on the phone. I'm sorry. The children. Okay. So this is where I am with it. I enjoyed that show. So anything you watch, I feel like I watched something else because I was in the bed literally seemed like all weekend long.
You know what? It's been so busy, with my mom's 80th birthday party. But what I do want to watch is the movie The Strays on Netflix.
I heard it was good.
Jordan Peele.
I heard it was good.
That's what I want to watch.
Just got my juice out. Okay. Yes, I heard it was really, really good. So I'm gonna check that out. So I got some stuff to watch, that I can't wait to watch. I feel like I watched something else other than Perry Mason that was like on HBO Max, and I can't put my finger on it. But I've been watching a lot of stuff. Truth Be Told on Apple Plus is really, really good. Their focus is trafficking this season. So they're fighting a big time trafficker. They're trying to find out who it was. One of the characters' daughter actually ended up getting trafficked. It's a big thing. So if y'all have ever seen any interviews of Gabrielle Union talking about how many Black and brown girls are trafficked, that's what this season is dedicated to. So make sure you check out. This is season 3 of Truth Be Told with Octavia Spencer, my guy, Ron Cephas Jones, Mekhi Phifer, the girl from the church show, and I can't think of her name right now. It's gonna come to me.
Latoya Luckett.
No, not Latoya. The one who played the oldest daughter. I can't remember her name. I used to know it. And of course, our girl Tammy Roman. Yeah.
It was so funny. My sister like, what happened to her?
So Tammy explained this on the Breakfast Club. She has a disease called body dysmorphia. So in her mind,
you know what that makes, because I remember when she was on the Real World, she had her jaws thrown in so she wouldn't eat.
Yep, she has that. So, and then of course,
but didn't she get her butt done?
Huh?
Didn't she get her butt done?
I don't see no butt on her body.
Okay.
That girl is skinny.
Okay.
Now I remember she had lipo or something that she had on when she was on Basketball Wives. But that girl, she said, in her mind, she is always gonna think she's fat. Always. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She's gonna always believe that she's the fat girl. And she's thin as I don't know what. She is really, really small. But in her
Mhm.
mind, that's what she believes. She believes she's always gonna be fat. So she has it. She's been diagnosed with it. That's what's wrong with her. I don't know. Evelyn kind of alluded to some things when they were on Basketball Wives, but that's really
Mhm.
what it is. And then, of course, I think she's diabetic as well, and a couple other things that she's had to deal with health wise. But other than that, that's what it is. So it's a thing. Oh, I did catch Fresh Prince, the Bel Air show as well.
I
Uh,
have to catch up on that. I have not watched that.
yeah. So I think we're 4 episodes in. Um, so you got to get caught up on that. But that's it. That's all I got. When do you got
Mhm.
anything?
I gotta get to bed. That's what I got.
I too have to get to bed. I want to be advertising the Queen of My Heart Mother's Day brunch, which is coming up on May the 13th. So if y'all could go over to Dreamscape Events, also Queen of My Heart Mother's Day brunch pages, or search it on Eventbrite and go and buy your tickets. A buffet style meal, open bar. I'm gonna say this again: open bar.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
just need y'all to let that marinate. Let it marinate. Let it roll. And then we also have vendor slots available if you want to be a vendor at the event. The vendor said participated last time, did well. So make sure y'all get on board because we ready for Southern style brunch with gift bags and more. Live band, DJ, we're gonna have the works. So make sure y'all get your tickets for this event. That's it. That's all I got. We out. We'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Bye. Hold on, Lord. I ain't on cue.